Hello, we are watching the news broadcast daily and following today's highlights.
The 21st ASEAN Summit and related meetings wrapped up in Phnom Penh. Vietnamese National Assembly passes 6 laws and a resolution on conducting votes of confidence. November consumer price indices rise slightly in Hanoi and HCM City.
The Vietnamese delegation led by Prime Minister Nguyen Tân Dung arrived back in Hanoi on November 20th after attending the 21st ASEAN Summit and related meetings in Phnom Penh. Vietnam has made proactive, active and responsible contributions to priority issues and common goals of ASEAN and the region.
During the 21st summit, ASEAN leaders have discussed the region's top priorities and the most important issues, especially the building of an ASEAN community, boosting regional links and connectivity, and strengthening the grouping's central role, as well as issues of regional and international concern. Addressing the plenary section of the summit, Prime Minister Dung said, in this decisive stage of the community-building process, the association should maintain unity and uphold its central role in orienting the settlement of issues relating to ASEAN's interests and key cooperation. ASEAN leaders also approved Vietnam's nomination of Deputy Foreign Minister Lê Lương Minh as Secretary General of the regional grouping in the 2013-2017 tenure. In an interview granted to the media, Foreign Minister Phạm Bình Minh said Vietnam attaches importance to and actively contributes to enhancing ASEAN's role and cooperation, building a united and strong ASEAN, and expanding cooperation with partners for peace, stability, cooperation and development in the region.
The country supported ASEAN's leading role in regional cooperation structures and promoting peace, security and development in the region, and effectively settling emerging issues and challenges in the region. Vietnam agreed with ASEAN's common views on the East Sea issue and highlighted the importance of peace, stability, maritime security and safety. It supported relevant parties in fully and effectively implementing the DOC, the ASEAN 6-point principles on the East Sea, the soon-to-be Code of Conduct of Parties in the East Sea, and settling disputes by peaceful means on the basis of international law and the 1982 United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. Vietnam actively contributed to the building of ASEAN community and regional connectivity, promoting the sustainable and equal development in the region, in combination with protecting the environment and ensuring social welfare.
On the sidelines of the events, Dung held bilateral meetings with the Prime Ministers of Cambodia, Singapore, Malaysia and New Zealand, and the Presidents of the Philippines and the Republic of Korea to discuss ways to enhance cooperation between the sides as well as issues of mutual concern.
The National Assembly on November 21st passed a resolution on conducting votes of confidence on persons holding positions elected or approved by the National Assembly or People's Councils.
474 out of 478 deputies presented at the section voted for the resolution. Under the resolution, the National Assembly will conduct vote of confidence on the State President and Vice President, the Chair and Deputy Chairs of the National Assembly, heads of committees and councils under the National Assembly, other members of the National Assembly Standing Committee, the Prime Minister and Deputy Prime Ministers, ministers and other cabinet members, the Chief Judge of the Supreme People's Court, the Prosecutor General of the Supreme People's Procuracy, and the Auditor General of the State Audit. On November 20th, the National Assembly adopted 6 revised laws, including the revised publication law, the law on the amendment and supplement to a number of articles of the law on lawyers, the law on the amendment and supplement to a number of articles of the law on tax management, the law on national reserve, the electricity law and the amended law on cooperatives.
National Assembly Chairman Nguyen Sinh Hung has affirmed that the Vietnamese National Assembly VNA will do its utmost to promote cooperation between the two countries and peoples.
At a reception for Ambassador Tanizaki Yasiraki in Hanoi on November 21, Hung said he is delighted at the strategic partnership between the two countries. He took the occasion to thank the Japanese government for maintaining ODA provision to Vietnam. The VNA chairman expressed his hope that besides the cooperation between the two legislators, parliamentary agencies and friendship groups of lawmakers boost exchanges and share professional experience. Ambassador Yasiraki said Japan will provide more official development assistance for Vietnam to implement infrastructure projects to serve national socio-economic development. The diplomat proposed that Vietnam continue to improve the investment environment, thus creating all possible favorable conditions for Japanese businesses to operate in the country.
Vietnamese and Chinese businesses gathered at a forum in Hanoi on November 21st to seek ways to reduce Vietnam's trade deficit with China.
Representatives from 23 Vietnamese firms and 30 firms from China's Zhejiang province attended the forum entitled Vietnam-China Business Forum Cooperation Potential and Opportunities. Since 2004, China has maintained its position as Vietnam's largest trade partner with an annual two-way trade growth of over 20% in the last 3 years. However, Vietnam's trade deficit with China has increased, resulting in an imbalance in the two countries' trade due to weaknesses in Vietnam's trade and production structures, especially support industries. To reduce this, Trần Đình Thiên, director of the Vietnam Economic Institute, suggested that the two countries need strategies calling for long-term and selective investment from large and prestigious Chinese businesses in Vietnam.
The November Consumer Price Index (CPI) registered only a marginal rise in two largest cities of Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City.
Hanoi's CPI rose 0.22% against last month, representing a year-on-year increase of 6.67%. Except post and telecom services that remained unchanged and restaurant services that dropped by 0.05%, the remaining 9 commodity groups saw price increases of less than 1%. The housing, fuel and construction material group experienced the highest increase of 0.99%, followed by the garments, hats and footwear group with 0.95%. In Ho Chi Minh City, the index rose only 0.1% against last month, marking a 3.9% increase since the beginning of this year. 8 out of 11 commodity groups saw slight increases ranging from 0.01% to 0.7%. Especially, the group of restaurant services decreased by 0.18%.
On November 21st in Hanoi, the Central Institute for Economic Management released the latest report, Vietnam's Business Environment for 2011. The report was based on a survey of small and medium-sized enterprises.
According to the report, more than 20% of non-registered businesses in 2009 were granted business licenses and tax codes for 2011. At the same time, the percentage of firms producing a variety of products has dropped to 11% in 2011, compared to 15% in 2009. This reflects the trend of specialization among Vietnamese enterprises. Additionally, 60% of surveyed firms has taken measures to improve the quality of their products. 60% of respondents said the global crisis have a negative impact on their 2011 business activities, forcing 20% of them to shut down. Conducted by the Central Institute for Economic Management and a research group under the University of Copenhagen, the report polled 2,500 non-state small and medium-sized enterprises operating in the processing industry.
And that comes to the end of our news today. Thanks for watching and goodbye for now.